Hi friends, Amanda Marcum here with the Marcum Sold team at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, and I have the whole crew with us today and super excited and honored that Lori Murphy-Tatum with the Richmond Tourism Department is here to tell us about the Downtown Richmond Walking Tour. I didn't even know this was a thing, and I've lived here for 15 years, so this is really cool, and I bet most of you don't know about this either. Well, maybe they do, but we're going to tell them all about it today. We're starting here at the courthouse, and Lori's going to tell us a little bit about what you do when you do the walking tour.
Sure. Richmond was founded in 1798, and we are one of the most historical cities in the state of Kentucky. And in the late 70s, the City of Richmond decided to make an application to the National Register of Historic Places. We have 3 distinct districts, and we have a walking tour book that you can pick up at Richmond Tourism that tells you all about the commercial part of our historic downtown and the residential. And one really cool thing about Amanda is her family has been a part of tourism from the beginning. Her grandmother was actually on the city commission that started tourism in 1981. So we've always had a special connection with Amanda, and we love being able to tell the story of Richmond together. So today we're going to talk about some of the cool places here in Richmond. And I wanted to ask the staff here, this was built in the mid-1800s. How much do you think it cost to build this beautiful courthouse behind us? Any guesses?
$50,000.
$50,000?
I'd say $100,000.
$100,000?
$30,000.
30? You're all pretty close. $40,000 is what it costs to build this courthouse. Can you imagine what it would cost to build it today?
Millions.
Millions. Well, our courthouse, another cool thing about it, the person that built this courthouse actually built Whitehall, another historic structure here in Madison County. So we're going to go around and look at some of these houses and tell you a little bit of the history about our city.
All right, so now we're going to pivot just a little bit next to the courthouse downtown and talk about a couple of these buildings, or at least one of them here on North 2nd Street.
Well, you all know I love to play a good game of historical trivia. And the building behind us was once a hotel. It was the St. Charles Hotel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Very famous in Richmond. And it was sold, the Garnet Hotel was the first one, and then they sold it to the St. Charles Group in 1875. Ladies, how much do you think that they sold that building for? $4,000.
$8,000.
$8,000.
$20,000.
Still, everybody's pretty close. $10,000.
Oh my
Can we
gosh.
imagine being able to sell that building for $10,000?
Oh, I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
Of course. And one of their famous dishes that they had was turtle soup.
Ew.
I can't imagine us having turtle soup, but it was a claim to fame for Richmond, and lots of folks would come and have dinner here and stay here. And there was beautiful awnings that were on those rounded windows.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. I love it. Okay, Lori, so we're going to talk about where Purdy's Coffee currently is. Tell us a little bit about that really cool building right off this beautiful, very busy corner in downtown.
Well, this block here is one of the finest blocks that have been revitalized. We did that in the late 1990s. But what's really cool about our Purdy structure, it was originally the D.M Bright building, and it is the oldest building downtown that is labeled. And if you notice, when people were doing buildings downtown in the 1800s, it was a really popular thing in architecture to put your name and date. And you can see that up above the building there with the date of when it was built and the name of the builder.
That's awesome. I had no idea. And then you were going to tell us something about like the colors of the buildings and everything?
That's true. When you look at the colors downtown Richmond, you'll kind of see a little bit of a theme start to arise. And that comes from when we revitalized downtown in the 1990s. We try to use historic colors. So there is a board of architectural review that if you purchase a building downtown or you're going to renovate, they'll help you pick out colors that were more appropriate for the time period.
I didn't know that either. That's awesome. Good to know. So we are close to the end of the Downtown Richmond walking tour, and we are at the Richmond Visitor Center, which is the head of the tourism department, where all the magic happens. That Lori, she works all day, every day, and she's going to tell us a little bit about this amazing, beautiful home in downtown.
One of the great things about the architecture about Richmond is there's lots of different connections to folks. This house was built almost 100 years ago, and it belonged to Brutus Clay, which was the son of Cassius Clay. And his sister had a house down the street, which is the Bennett House. And there's a great story there about Richmond has always been very progressive, and Laura Clay was fighting for women's rights to vote. So there is part of the walking tour that Brutus and Laura got in a big fight out front here about her wanting to be able to have the right to vote.
Wow, that's really cool.
Very cool. And then there was a great architect, Desjardins, out of Cincinnati, that did a lot of beautiful houses, which was the Bennett House, Amberley, Elmwood, and then you will also see Irvington, which was built in 1820, and it's one of our oldest houses in Richmond, and it's where our first city park was, the Irvin McDowell Park.
Very cool. So if someone wants to do this walking tour, this, at any time in their lives, they're going to come here to see you first. And you can get this really cool book that has way more houses and structures that we've not even shown you today. We just gave you a glimpse of the best ones, we think. And you can go through all of it. And Lori will even dress up in like period costume for you. But make sure when you come, you say that you saw the video on the Marcum Sold Team's YouTube channel.
So we would love to see you, and we love to sell Richmond just like Marcum Sold does. And we would love for you to come and visit us and let us tell you a part of our story of Richmond.
Thank you so much.